Wait, so okay, so this is Jesse. Wait, who's JP? Who's JP? I don't think I know him. I think I recognize him kind of, but he's another streamer. The other guy. Okay.
Both of y'all's streams and some of your YouTube videos, but man, I love your reaction videos.
Oh no. You've
特に
seen us at our worst.
特に
Oh,
5.0とか5.3のメインクエストやりながら泣いてくれてるのを見てて、僕も泣いて
sorry, what's
ま
up?
した。
There were ones where you were going through the 5.0 and 5.3 MSQs, and you're just crying through the story. Oh, I
Whoa,
was
what's
brought
up?
to
Thank you,
tears
man.
myself.
Thank
Well,
you. Thank you.
い
we
つも
can't be
楽し
cool
みに
guys
ありがとう
anymore.
ございます。
Wait, this seems like it's gonna be a really good interview because this like from what I've heard, Jesse's like a big lore guy, right? Like he's really into story and all that. And from what they just said, watching old men cry, Sag. Stop laughing! Stop laughing! But like, this would be different, right? Like, I was a little worried these interviews would be very similar, but these are different content creators, right? So it'll be really different takes and different questions. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one.
But yeah,
I don't know all that much about Jesse, so I'm
thank you
interested.
for all the entertaining content you bring to us.
今日は
The
ぜ
last
ひ
question,
14
look
の
forward
こと
to
で
it.
も
All
いいで
right.
すし、ゲーム全体のことでもいいですし、もちろんプライベートのことを質問していただいてもいいので、楽しくぜひやれればと思います。よろしくお願いします。
But yeah, we definitely can talk about 14. But if you wanted to talk about like any other subjects, like games in general or anything like private matters, that's perfectly fine. So yeah, let's just have fun.
All right.
Awesome. Great. Fantastic.
Aw.
I'll leave it to you guys, and I'll just give you a heads up.
Wait,
when we're
I
running a
like
little
Jesse's
short on time,
energy.
but other than that, take it away.
Okay, cool.
Ryan, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, dude.
Yeah, we'll just kind of go back and forth like we were talking about. I'll start and then Jesse will jump in. So first question, you're 49 days out from release.
Wait, I'm sorry. I want to put the music back on. Yo, is the music bothering you guys? It's like lo-fi. I just wanted to put something like really chill in the background just to kind of break the silence a little bit, because I don't know. I'm a big fan of background music. The Faka or the Facha or the Fasa. One of those three. Thank you for the follow, man. Okay.
Peace. Are you
It's
counting
fine?
the days? Are you wishing you had
Wait,
more?
those.
How are you and the team feeling right now?
This is a lot louder than the last one.
ローンチまで49日になりましたけれども、もうなんだろう、楽しみにカウントダウンをしている感じなのでしょうか、それとももっと時間があったらいいのにと願うばかりなのでしょうか。今の心境を教えてください。
この世に存在するすべてのゲームディレク
What's
ター
better than
は
Rich's City Pop?
おそらく
He has on repeat?
What's
City
up,
Pop, oh
dude?
my gosh.
の
It can be
日
nice
が近
sometimes.
づいてくると
Alex, thanks for the follow, buddy.
楽しみだなと思ってる人は多分一人もいないと思います。
Just to clarify, any game director out there who's faced with like master up or finishing the master build and counting the days to it, I don't think he's ever looking forward to the day.
The day of reckoning, dude.
これはもうなんか
Fusion, how are you? I saw you earlier in chat. What's
そういう
up?
ことじゃな
I'm
くて
doing well.
今本当に
Good to see you.
もう超巨大なエンドウォーカーっていう
Alex, thanks for the
その
posture
エ
check.
クスパンション、まあエクスパンション
All
って
right, I'm gonna pause this just for a second because like the thing with my posture checks, if you guys aren't aware, if there's anyone new, who's interested, I crack my back. So here we go. Oh, damn. All right, we're good.
って言っても本当に RPG1 本分以上の今回も凄まじいボリュームになってるのをもう夜中も通じてずっとチェックをして投資プレイをしているんだけどもう本当により最高の
Damn, yeah, you guys like that? You guys like that? That sounded amazing, dude. Hell yeah.
もっともっとその時
I
間
do it
があれ
all
ば
the time, dude. That's how I do
もっと
posture
表
check.
現方法を
Feels
豊かに
great.
したいし
Oh, yeah, dude, back
上
cracking
げ
is
ら
the
れる限界ま
best.
でやっぱりクオリティを上げたい
Onlu,
って
thank you for the follow.
まさに今思って
ASMR,
取り
right?
組んでるのでもう1秒でも惜しい
And I think just any thoughts of like, I want to go to sleep or just tired has already kind of blown away. It's just we are working on this expansion and the volume is that as big as a whole standalone RPG. You know, it's like building an entire new game. So I am still performing checks of the different materials in the game late into the night. I'm still checking through the gameplay and the playthrough so that we can bring you the best gameplay experience, the best story out there. So, you know, if we did have more time, I would still try to rack my brain on how do we make this expression even more interesting and more varied. How do we raise the quality of this game to as high as it can possibly get? So
It's already
every
pretty
second
fucking
is
high right
very
now, to be honest
precious
with you,
for me.
dude.
Are you finding with, you know, you guys announced at the media tour to us today, and in the coming weeks you'll announce to the public that this is the most profitable Final Fantasy title of all time. Does that add more stress and pressure
Hoggies.
to deliver the expansion with that news, as well as also being the follow-up to Shadowbringers? Like, have you set the fans' expectations so high that you're worried about that, or are you just going to put it out there and it is what it is?
今回メディアツアーという形で我々の質
I
問
wouldn't
な
be
どに対応し
surprised if
て
he's
くださっている
just
かと
super
思います
confident.
が、
I mean,
FF14
dude,
という作
they've
品というか
delivered so many
スクエア
times
エ
with
ニ
the
ックスにとっては
expansions,
商
dude.
品と
Like,
いう感じにはなります
yeah,
の
like
で、非
the
常に大きな
Stormblood
貢
may
献
not have been
を
as
しているタイト
crazy
ルだと
as
思います。
Heavensward
そのこと
or
が
Shadowbringers
その開発
in regards to the
に
story,
とっ
but
て
it was
の
still good.
ストレスじゃないですけれど
And
も、
the raids are always fucking
貢献を
awesome.
しなくてはいけ
So
ない
like,
というプレッシャーであった
I
り、
would not be
あと
surprised if he's
そ
just
の
like,
物語の
nah,
観点
dude,
から
it'll
も
be
結構プレイ
fine.
ヤーさ
It'll
ん
be
の
fine.
中
If he
で
says that, I would
シャド
not
ウ
be
ブリンガー
surprised.
ズ
Did you flip the model?
独
Yeah, I
特な
did.
ヴィランズ
It's so
が
I could be on this
築き
side
上げたその
and
水準というのが
like
非常
look
に
at it,
高
right?
くなっているので、その
It's
期
because
待
my
に応え
monitor
なくてはいけな
It's
い
because
な
my
どの
monitor is on the
プ
left
レッ
side.
シャ
So
ー
if I were to just scoot it
違う
over,
な
I
そ
would be
のそういっ
looking
た期
like
待が
off
プレッ
screen,
シャーに
right?
感じら
So
れ
I
ることを
flipped it
心
so I could
配されること
look
もあ
in
り
this
ます。
like
そ
towards
れ
the
と
center,
も
if that makes
もう
sense.
このゲームで全
I
力を
like
尽くす
Stormblood
ので
personally. I thought Stormblood was
出したも
fine.
の
I
が
thought
確か
it's
に
just
なのでしょうか。
I think it's a little I think it's a little undeniable that it's not as hype as Shadowbringers, but I feel like this is the best way to put it. I've said this before. Stormblood is a good expansion in between two great ones, right? Like Heavensward and Shadowbringers are like record breakers, right? Like they smashed fucking records. Like those two are fucking crazy. Like whenever you think of a Final Fantasy 14, you probably think Shadowbringers and Heavensward. Like maybe Stormblood a little bit, but Stormblood was good. Stormblood had better job design and better raids. I think the job design was great in Stormblood. I wouldn't be upset if Stormblood job design would stay the same moving forward, but I mean it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Like this is probably where we're gonna stay for now, and probably for a long time. But there are definitely some things about Stormblood that I preferred. However, I am not really against where the game is currently. It's definitely taken me some time to adjust. It's like to the difficulty, because like it's gotten a little easier, just a little bit. Like I'm not trying to, you know, like say, oh, dude, the game is so easy now. Like it's not that big a deal. It really isn't. But it's a little undeniable, you know. Like it's definitely gotten a little easier, both in job. I mean, I don't know about the raids. The raids, I guess, in the sense that like let's say busters and AOE's, like they're all like very. I mean, they've always been pretty scripted, but it's just like it's all like presented to you like by casts, right? And I think, and then boss also centers all the time, so tanks don't have to try as hard, right? So I wish there was a little bit more of responsibility in raids for tanks, because like I don't know if you guys noticed, but for a lot of mechanics, like for example in 9S, the boss repositions literally by herself to the center, and she perfectly in the center, and then she faces true north before like phase transitioning or doing like specific mechanics. And typically that's something you would expect the tank to do, right? So like it's kind of sad that that's not the case anymore. It's a little too easy to hold aggro nowadays, but at the same time I think it's fine the way tank stance works, because previously no one wanted to use tank stance because they wanted the DPS, and I think that's fair. So like whatever, they just did what everyone wanted the game, or they made tanks the way everyone wanted them to be. So like it ain't really an issue. But that's like what I think about the game currently, and I don't hate it. I just I guess I prefer just a slightly more difficult raid design and job design. But this is fine. This is comfy. Like I'm not mad at all. It's just it took me a little bit of time to adjust to, but it's chill. I think this is definitely more ideal for the average player. Like I feel like average players are probably better players because of the way the game is designed now, and I don't think that's bad, personally.
まず会社に対してっていうところは、 まあ僕
Sorry, that was a bit of a
取締
tangent.
役
Sorry.
なので、まあ普通はプレッシャーに感じるのかもしれないですけど、もう今
Nines would be good stuff if she didn't. Yeah, true, but like I think it'd be nice if it taught tanks like how to position the boss, right?
逆にもう全然プレッシャーとかはないです。
And this happens in 12.
人間が他にいるんだったら
This doesn't really happen so much in Titan, like in 4, but he phases into this boss, like when he gets big and he doesn't move, and like he's always the
そこ
same.
がプレッシャーになるってことは全く
Our
ないで
Yap
す。
win, oh my god.
So first off, from a sort of revenue perspective to our company, I actually am one of the board of directors of Square Enix, and so from that aspect, or like bringing in the revenue to the company, is not necessarily a pressure to me at this point. Thankfully, all of our players have been very loyal to us, and so it has allowed for Final Fantasy XIV to make a great business contribution to our company. So from that aspect, I don't feel any sort of pressure. In fact, if anybody can perform as better, if not better than me, I would love for them to try. So I'm very
Humble.
confident in what we bring in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm very proud of this game, thanks to everyone playing this game.
で、シャドーブリンガーズは確かに世界中でものすごく評価をしていただいたし、お二人の配信を見てても、ものすごくエモーショナルに遊んでもらった。それはもう、他のプレイヤーのストリーム見ててもそう。それは本当に嬉しいこと。ただ、
So watching these streamers play through the game for the very first time has really got me thinking, like,
結果なので、
when 2.x or 2.0 first dropped, or basically the entire, like for the majority of 2.x, bro, the cutscenes looked so like they look so whatever, right? Like for example, like for you would only see like nods, right? Like nods or like no, or like they put their hand up with their finger pointing up for like a second, and that's it, right? But like now they're like all animated and it's clean. So like, dude, the game has come a long ass way. Grave, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate that, man. Hey, enjoy your emotes and your badge. And another thing, Indy and Grave, thanks for the follows. Thank you, really appreciate that.
And as for the
Mocap
reception
now,
of
yeah.
Shadowbringers from our players, and I've watched you two's stream.
What's up, Verby?
As well as other players as well, but just watching you guys as well as other players getting so emotional playing the narrative, I think it's evidence of what we were able to bring, but it is something in the past at this point. It is our sort of fruits of our labor, and we did pour our hearts and souls into that full power. But at the same time, we don't want to dwell on it either.
で、今回作ってるエンドウォーカーはシャドーブリンガーズ2ではない。エンドウォーカーと
The
して
only
の
part about 2.0 I didn't like is that the story was kind of
14 の
predictable.
サーガに続く
I
次の
agree. Like, there's a lot more
大冒険
twists
なので、
nowadays than there were
当然
way
遊
back
び
then,
心地が
and I'm a big
違う。
fan of twists.
で、おそらく
It's just like, I like it when they keep you wondering, right? Like you just don't know what to
すごい
expect.
長
That's
さなんだけ
nice.
ど、序盤はどうした
I
んだ
think
ろ
it's
う。
okay to like
ものすごく
expect something,
物語が
or to kind of.
静かなんだけど。
Another thing I've heard, I don't know if you guys know about this, but I've heard
ち
that
ょっと
that
今まで
Rich
経験
has
し
been
たこと
guessing
ない
a lot of
始まって
the
いく。ただ
a lot of the story, the current story, like Shadowbringers. I hear he's been guessing a lot of it, and everyone is like, bro, this guy's spoiling it for himself. He's probably searched it all up already. He's probably watched it all. He probably knows. But like, what do you guys think about that? Like do you think he's like actually guessing it, or do you think he's watched through it? Pyromancer, wait, Pyro as well? Maybe they're just gamers, dude. He gets very close, if not outright correct. Jeez. Have I been watching Pyro play? I actually haven't. I would like to. I've been meaning to catch up on a lot of them. I've watched mostly Asmon.
And with
Bambi, thank you for the
Endwalker,
follow.
It's not necessarily a Shadowbringers 2.
Pyro's a lore god.
It
Yeah,
is
I've heard about
its
that.
own sort of narrative as Endwalker, and it is that next saga within that line of Final Fantasy XIV saga, in a big adventure. So I'm sure it will feel different as you play through it, and it's going to be quite a long journey you'll be going on. And at the beginning, I know it's going to start out very quietly. So, but once you start progressing, you'll start to feel the emotional parts of it that's different from what you had experienced in Shadowbringers. So I can't wait for the players to and see how they react to that, you guys included. So from that aspect also, I don't think it comes as a pressure. It doesn't feel like we've set any sort of bar per se. All we are trying to do is continue to go at it with as high a DPS as we can and just bring that to our players. And that's what we've been doing up until this point, and we will continue doing moving forward as well.
まあ今回はもうレベル83
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I've been reading what you guys are saying about Rich. Okay, because like
ちょっと待ってくれよまだレベル
I think what it is that like in highlight videos that I see Rich in the comments, people are typically saying, bro, this guy is just looking ahead, right? And like when I started to read that, or I started to like think about that, and it's just it would suck if he ruined it for himself, right? But like if he's just guessing it, then shit, what a gamer. But like I understand Pyro guessing it because like he's apparently like this, like the master of lore, like the lore master. The guy's just a genius when it comes to it. Like he's really into it, right? And like I saw a clip, dude. I saw a clip of Pyro taking notes. Oh, we were watching the Heavensward. Like I think we were watching. He got to a specific part of the Heavensward story. I'm not gonna say it just for anyone who's new to the game. But if you guys saw it, you know what I'm talking about, right? And like this was like my first time seeing him watching a cutscene, and dude, he was taking notes. He was taking notes. I've never seen anyone do that for the story. I like that a lot, dude. He has over 70 pages of notes. Oh my god. Strange, thank you for the follow. People saying that are assuming Rich isn't capable of figuring things out, like he's stupid. You know, I feel like that's really rude, isn't it? Like just automatically thinking like he's a bit of a goofball, right? But like I'm sure he's just as smart as anyone else. Like I don't know, it's a bit silly. But like back on with Pyro, like dude, that's crazy. I love that about him, dude. Like seeing that made me really want to like tune into his stream and just see what he's about, right? Because like I've only seen a couple clips of Pyro. Baru Hisatsu, hello sister Haru. It is. Wait, hold on. Let me fucking.
Once you're at.
Wait, sorry. Let me pull up this donation. What is this? Wait. Hello sister Haru. Is it much harder to parse high 95 plus as a black mage compared to say a machinist or dancer? Since people who play black mage are more likely to specialize more with their job, or are all classes relatively easy to get at least 95 with? I think it's easier to get a higher parse with black mage than it ever will be for both machinist and bard, because with machinist it's all about kill time, right? Black mage sustains nasty, while machinist has pretty decent sustained DPS, but they're a burst DPS. Like if we're being real here, machinist is a burst DPS. So like you need to end the fight on like either like a wildfire window with Queen out. If you end the fight literally shortly after your wildfire hypercharge ends and Queen bursts and you get the reassemble drill, that's it. You're getting a high ass parse on machinist, right? Assuming you sustain pretty well for the entirety of the fight. But like if you end on burst, GG, your parse is sick on machinist. Black mage fucking kills it the entire time. So like if you have a good rotation the entire fight, you're solid. Doesn't matter where you fucking end. It's even better if you end on a burst. As for Bard, you need your party to you need your party to make good use of your buffs, right? So like your party has to be playing well. But Bard's buffs are just a little because it's RNG, right? So like with jobs like those, you really need your party to do well. So it's why Dancer is like the main with Dancer is like, oh, your parse is actually my parse, right? Because it's more that if you're playing a support DPS, your party has to make good use of your buffs, or else your parse is just fucked, right? And it's really sad to think, because like that's the whole concept with RDPS, right? And I feel like it's a little misleading at times, because sometimes like you might parse low while playing Dancer perfectly or Bard, and it's just like, why the fuck can I parse high? And it's not entirely your fault. It's just how RDPS is. And RDPS is honestly, it's a little confusing at times as well. It works in very strange ways, and I am not a fan of RDPS. I wish it was the rankings were more based off of ADPS, but it shouldn't really matter all that much. So long as you're doing good DPS, your party's doing good DPS, and you're getting good kill times, I think that's all you should really worry about. And I wouldn't really try to focus on it too much. I think it's great that you're trying to be better as a player, and I encourage that, right? But just make sure like it doesn't turn into like something that you lose sleep over, right? Like make sure you're still having fun with it, right? Trying to get better at it instead of making it a competition, and then like you may get like angry at your party for not performing as well as you would like to, because that's the thing with RDPS. Like now it's not so much damn I played bad, it's my party played bad, and then like you might get pissed at them, and that's what I really dislike about RDPS. Like it makes it so you need to have a good party. It's just shitty. I'm not a big fan of it. Is Samurai also a burst class? Samurai is both sustain and burst. Samurai burst hard as fuck with the Tsubame and the Sene, but its sustain is really crazy as well, because like your dot hits hard, you have the occasional midare, and then you have tons of Shinten, right? So it's a bit of both. Don't know all, sorry, I was kind of like going off about it. But that's my take on it. Hi Haru, I saw one of your videos how to make my cooldown as big as yours. Oh, it's a plugin. Dude, if you're interested, here I have the link, or I think it's not the link, but it's the name. It's the name of what I use. It's XW launcher, or 14 launcher, whatever I'm gonna call it. But I believe that one is in simple tweaks.
Around level 83, and you will set foot in this particular place. And that's one of those surprise elements, like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Wait, what's going on? I'm only at level 83. So we are
Zach, thank you for the fall, not the fall. The resub, dude, 2 months. Welcome back, dude. Thank you. Also, Unity, thank you for the follow. And is that I'm gonna call you Proshel? Sorry if I'm butchering that, but thank you for the follow, man.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a stellar tease. 83. We're
thank you.
Going where I think we're going, to say the least. Jesse, I know you had the next question.
Why would you make assumptions about that?
I didn't say anything.
All right. So one last question before we ask you a ton about the future. When looking back at the past 12 years, I think it is now, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Oh, it's Proxel. Gotcha. Okay, sorry about that.
Everything you've been through, and you think about the game.
この質問の後に結構将来のお話をしたいと思っていますけれども、まずその振り返ってですけれども、まあおそらく12年ぐらいになるのでしょうか。その14に携わってきた中で、浮かぶものがもしあれば教えていただきたいです。
It's really easy to kind of like lose yourself in DPSing, because like you want to get better all the time, right? You really wait, hard typing in chat and talking is so jarring. Yeah, it is, right? It's sorry. But like it's really like, just make sure you don't let wanting to be better at the game and wanting to do higher DPS or like optimize like ruin the fun for like both you and your entire party, right? Like I think there is still fun to be had in optimization, right? So long as it stays as good fun rather than like, because like you can get like, the thing I've seen videos, like I've seen one video, dude. I've seen many, but like there's one that stood out to me. It was I think it was an Alexander run. It was probably Midas or something, where I think this ninja was just raging, right? Because he was so greedy. He was so damn greedy, and he fucked up a mechanic. And I think they were calling him out, right? For good reason. He was just worrying way more about DPS than he was about the mechanics. And dude. They were basically like he started raging, and they were just vouch for me. Was that him? Was that him? Yeah. I like if I remember the context correctly, I might not be, but like I think he like fucked up mechanics because he was grading too hard and he started raging, and they were just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like what the fuck are you doing? And then I think he actually rage quit. I think he rage quit too, and like that's what you don't want to be. So like, when you're optimizing and you're just becoming a better player, just make sure you don't lose your way and it just stays at that, right? Like don't greed to the point where it's griefing, and don't rage at it, right? Like just make sure you have good fundamentals and you know how to balance both good DPS and mechanical execution, right? Because a good player isn't only good DPS, right? Like you got to be good at both your DPS and mechanics. And it's good to have awareness as well. Like you need to pay attention to what's happening, because like there's mistakes that other players can make in a raid that could potentially kill you, but also be avoided, right? If that makes sense. So there's many things that happen in a raid. You just have to pay attention, and awareness is everything, right? But that requires focus. That requires focus. So like if you kind of struggle with focusing, that's something that maybe you should consider practicing, because it really helps you become a better player. Understanding mechanics, seeing what's about to happen, and knowing what's about to happen next as well. That's really what made me a better player, and it helps me build my rotation, because like sometimes I know exactly what'll happen next in the fight based off where my rotation is, right? If that makes sense. Like I'll remember mechanics with my rotation. I'm like, okay, so I'm about to get to this part of my rotation where I'm like reapplying the dot, and I'm about to use Sene or some shit, for example. And I'm like, oh wait, but this is also where this mechanic typically happens. It's a crazy thing, but it lines up. It really does. DJ, thank you for the follow, man.
2個あります。
First thing that comes to mind, is it okay if it's two things?
Sure.
一つは、ファイナルファンタジー14というプロジェクトを、まあ、僕が引き継ぐことになったっていうことを、僕はもともとオリジナルのファイナルファンタジ
Dying
ー
basically
14の
kills
開
your
発には
DPS since you
携
have
わっ
to
てない
revive debuff. Yeah, exactly.
まあ、ただ会社と話をして僕が引き継ぐっていうことになったのを
DPS
当然
rotation
全スタッ
translates
フ
the
に伝えな
mechanics
きゃいけない。
and looking if tank is moving for
そ
sharing the
れ
fire.
を
Exactly, yeah.
当時
That's a good example.
会社の
Jessica, thank you for
ビ
the
ルの
follow.
近くにあった巨大なモーションキャプチャースタジオに全スタッフに集まってもらってSay Haru って今日から僕がボスだよっていう話をした時のことはやっぱり思い出されます。
So the first thing is whenever I'm looking at the Final Fantasy XIV project, and I was actually assigned to take over after the failure of the original. So I was not part of the development team for the original launch of Final Fantasy XIV. So whenever we were making that transition, and I was talking with the company, and we needed to introduce myself to the staff, letting them know just wanted to say hello, I'm going to be your new boss from now. And so we rented out space in this motion capture studio near our office, and just had all of the project team members kind of gather and assemble there. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
200人ぐ
You
らい
DC'd in Heaven on High? Oh
100人以上いた
no!
のかな。
Did you wipe?
I wonder if it was 200, about 200 people, if not more than 200 people.
フォックスクローンもい
Wait,
たん
hold
だよ
on.
ね、そこにね。
I feel like this is something I should point out. Look at, okay, so like she's translating what he just said, right?
200 people.
But like,
I wonder if it was 200.
look at how she has like the same mannerisms, right? Like,
About-
like she like looks the same way and everything. That's so clean.
About 200 people, if not
But look, like it's like they're the same person. That's
more
wild.
than 200 people.
フォックスクローンもいたんだよね、そこにね。
Foxconn or Moroichi was also there too.
で、まあなんでかっていうと、僕はそれまでずっとドラゴンクエスト側のスタッフだったので、ファイナルファンタジーシリーズを作ってる人たちとはあんまり面識がなくて、まず9割ぐらいの人が初めましてだったっていうのが一つ。
She's very good at her job. Yeah, she's great.
So the reason why this event comes to mind is I was actually part of the Dragon Quest development team up until that point. And so people who work on Final Fantasy series is a different team altogether. So 90% of the people to me was like first time.
で、まあ、ものすごいやっぱり 1.0 出来が悪くて、まあ世界中からやっぱりバッシングを受けてい
It's
て、
like
やっぱり結構
Koji's very similar. Like I feel like they're both very talented. They're both very skilled.
もう
Oh
絶
man.
望したような
I love Koji. I haven't seen from Koji in a while. I hope he's doing
疲れた
well.
表情をしている人。
Oh, but like whenever, like now that I'm talking about Koji, it just reminds me of that announcement that that Soken had on stage. You guys remember that with the virtual fan fest? Oh,
もうなんとかしなきゃ
that was a rough
思
one.
ったのは
What a G though. What a G, man. Even in the hospital, he was still working hard to bring like awesome tunes for the The boys and the
So
girls,
with
hell
the
yeah.
original Final Fantasy, or 1.0 as we call it, again, it was a terrible failure. It was not well made at all, and people around the world were negatively criticizing it. And I had to take the stage to talk to the team members on the development team. And so as I look around, I see different types of people. Some of them look like they were so distraught, like they were hopeless. And then some of them were extremely tired looking. But then there were also people who seemed like they still wanted to have hope and to do something about this. I think those were the general like groupings I noticed. These three groups were what I noticed. And I really wanted to do something about it. I do remember Soken though. He was one of the few people who were like very excited that
devil.
I was put on board.
で、
Oh, he gets so happy. He gets so happy
やっぱりよく
whenever
ここまで来たなって
they mention Soken, dude. Oh, dude, Soken's been such a favorite for the longest
So
time.
just considering how bleak the situation was initially,
great.
I'm just really thankful and humbled by just how far we've come along.
でもう一個は、2014年初めてファイナルファンタジー14でファンフェスティバルをやったラスベガス。
And then the second one is 2014 when we had our first set of fan festivals. The kickoff was in Las Vegas.
ものすごい、レジストレーションのマシントラブルがあって。
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I'm responding to the message about the music. Yeah, dude. Oh, I'm so excited, Friend Walker, bro. Like the music in the trailer. Ah, dude, it was godlike. Oh.
もうよしぴ
So
外に出て
good.
プレイヤーのみんなに謝ってほしいって
Wait,
よしぴ
that
が
people.
謝
All
ってくれ
right,
れば
all right.
きっ
We'll
と
take a little sippy.
みんな落ち着いてくれると思うんだって言われて
Thanks for the
で
redemption. man.
謝ろうと思ってその通路に出た
And so at that time, we were having like technical issues with the registration system. We had like machine troubles, so people couldn't get into Fan Festival. They were having these long queue lines just to get their badges. And so at the time, the PR director who was there at the time approached me. He was saying that we have these really long lines of people, but maybe Yoshipi, if you come out and apologize to these people, they'll probably calm down. And so he takes me out into the hallway.
でところが僕は謝るつもりで外に出たら
So like on the topic of the trailer music, dude, like it's like this melody with all the like the main tracks, the main themes for all of the previous expansions, and it's just oh my god, dude, it was so good. For me, I think the one that did it for me was the Stormblood one, dude. Also, Valtraven, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Yeah, dude, the Stormblood part. Oh my god, dude, the vocals were so good. It kind of reminded me of Linkin Park a little bit. The vocals.
So I was expecting to go out and like apologize, just like, oh, I'm so sorry for the wait, long lines, whatever. But as I walked down that hallway and our North American players started to notice, oh, it's Yoshida, it's Yoshi-P, they were so excited. They started cheering, and I just went along and I greeted everybody. I was so happy to see them. And so as I went further down the hallway, this young man, I think he was like 16 or 17, ran up to me and he told me, "You're my hero."
Oh.
And that moment just stuck with my heart forever.
Wow.
That's
That's
awesome.
wholesome. That's so wholesome.
Well, that's a beautiful
How you
look back.
follow that, Jesse?
Yeah, I can't honestly. I mean, but I'm gonna try because looking back is beautiful, but I have questions about the future, and I'm
All
very
right.
excited to talk about it. So, you said Endwalker is the biggest
San,
one
thank you
yet.
for the
It is this big,
San
it has
Paul.
the comparable
Thank you for the follow.
size of a
Thank you, man.
standalone RPG with the most story and playable content, and then adding all of the previous content. That is a lot of game to play. As we move on past the Heidelin Zodiark story, what is your expectation for new players
Hey, what's up, Nakiri?
who are wanting to experience the story? Are they going to... Would you prefer that they go through A Realm Reborn all the way up through Shadowbringers and Endwalker, and then whatever comes next? Or will there be some way for them to catch up besides going and spending money to skip levels? Or will there... What do you have in store for the future? Have you thought about that much? If you can't give us specifics?
そうですね。次は将来というか未来の方に目を向けたいと思いますが、今回その行月のフィナーレにおいては、本当にものすごく
You guys mind if I pause this just so we could watch the trailer? Because like I see we're talking about it a little bit, and I just want to like show like while the topic is still a little fresh, I want to show like how good, like I just want to remind you guys how fucking good the music is, dude. Like I said, it's like a melody of all the expansion songs, and bro, is it good. ADHD brain activate? Yes, bro, I'm sorry, but like it'll be quick. It's only like a little 5-minute thing, dude. It's just, wait, you haven't seen the trailer? Wait, dude. Do you think I'll be spoiling? Should I not do it? I don't know. I feel kind of bad. It's wait, Endwalker is as spoiler free as the other trailers, I think. You think so? Okay. Do it? You don't think it's spoiler free? Fuck, dude. Damn, when you put it like that, I don't know. I don't want to spoiler anyone. Yeah, I don't want to spoil. You can alt tab? Yeah, cuz like I mainly just want to show it for the music, right? So like if you don't want to be spoiled, I guess just switch to the different tab, but I would like you to at least hear the music cuz that's what like I'll be playing it for. It's amazing, dude. It is amazing. Joseph, thank you for the follow, man. Okay, I'm gonna put on the screen. So just be advised, there are a couple spoilers, but like I'm playing this for the music, so if you want to hear, like I would just recommend switching tab for a moment here. The spoilers only kind of make sense in context. Yeah, no, so like if you're brave, then go ahead and watch it. But if you don't want to be spoiled, then I would just recommend switching off. It won't make sense until you get to this part of the story anyway. But just so you're aware. Because dude, the music is great. Let me pause this other music. Oh, dude, that guitar. Oh. So good. I've seen this so many times. I've seen this like 4 or 5 times. That's so good. You can watch it every week. I don't blame you, man. Dude, Soken's a beast, dude. How do you get this good? Dude, they better pay him well, man. He puts in work. Some serious work, dude. Oh, hardworking man. Yeah, I want it on Spotify too, man. Oh, I want all of these songs. They're gonna drop it soon. I think a couple days before the expansion drops, they're gonna throw them out there. Oh, it's so good, dude. Like even with the voices here and there, it's still good as fuck. Endwalker's story's gonna be longer than Shadowbringers? Hell yeah. Woo!
Alize!
So good, dude!
I can look after myself, you know. And I've had enough of this rot. Come on!
Oh, the chills, dude. Oh, the heavens we trapped!
The star seemed doomed to unravel, and yet... There were those who stood in defiance of that fate.
Oh, man!
The hour is come, retry. It's all or nothing.
Chill. This is my favorite right here.
few deigned to play their part.
Oh, dude, that section was so good.
You took your time.
I need that
'Tis as
song,
we
man.
feared. The respite afforded this land was but fleeting.
So good.
The end draweth nigh.
Dude, every time I watch this, I get so many chills, dude. It's just so good. The visuals, the songs.
I knew it. The star still
The
has
soul in her
secrets to tell.
voice.
Take care, my friend.
Oh, dude, this part.
So, Charlian would keep its counsel while the world is lost to ruin.
It would. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must then, but we scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Past the far edge of fate. Green blades dark and light.
Yo, Paladin Main's feeling kind of good right now.
Told the coming of the end.
Yes. The title drop. Perfection. Per fucking fection, dude. It doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't. Until next expansion. Dude, it's so good. So one more month. Oh, dude. Dude, oh. That cinematic is unbelievable. Every cinematic has been so good. But this one has just hit so hard, dude. Oh, man. Like, it just never gets old. It never gets old. Can you watch this short clip? Yeah, sure. Dude, it never gets fucking old. Wait, I've seen that. Oh my god, I've seen that.
The hour is come.
Fucking A, dude. Oh god, what a shame. What's your favorite trailer? That one. It has to be that one. My favorite before was probably...
すごいボリューム
It was probably, which one? Shit, which one? It was probably the Heavensward one.
になるというふうにおっしゃ
But
ってい
that
ま
one
し
was
たし
so good.
あ
Also,
RPG 1本分の
Hill, thank you for the follow.
コンテンツである
Beef
その
with you
ストー
too,
リー
and
のコンテンツ
Chronolist, thank you
な
all
ど
so
など
much for the
含ま
follows.
れ
I
ますけ
appreciate
れ
it.
どもそれに加
Fairy,
え
thank
て
you.
本当に一からプレイする人
Hope you guys enjoyed
全
that.
ての
Hope your ears were
ARR から
pleased.
始まる全てのコンテンツがあるので、
うん
ものすごい
That was
量の
great, dude.
ストーリーなんじゃないかと感じます。で、
うん
ハイレ
I'm
ベル
still
ド
I'm
リア
still
ク編
feeling
と
it,
い
dude.
う
I'm
も
trying
の
to
が
recover
も
from
ちろん
that.
あるんです
Oh,
けれども、その
music, dude.
まあ本当に全く
But yeah, I think they're gonna drop all the
こ
tracks.
のハイレベルドリアク
Like you
編
can
も
buy
体
them
験とその先にあ
a
る
few
ストー
days
リーを
before the
体験して
expansion
も
drops.
ら
I
う
think
に
I
あ
think it's
た
like
り
November
や
16th
は
or
り
something like that.
どうしても ARR から始まって、まあ
But
たどり
you'll
着い
you'll
た
have to buy it is the
中
thing.
での
I
拡張
think
そ
this
して
will
その
probably be
次
the
の
first time I
行列の
buy
フィ
it,
ナー
dude.
レ
I'm gonna
そ
have
の
yeah, I need
一つ
that
のこの
Stormlight
ストーリ
track,
ー
dude. I
に
need that
行った
bad.
方が
Those
良いものな
vocals
の
are
か
so
それと
good.
もその新規のプレイヤーに何かしらのその冒険録以外
But
で
look
の
forward to it, dude.
方法
Look
でキャ
forward
ッチアッ
to
プ
it.
する方法などを考えら
Normally
れ
I
る
would just wait for
予定でしょう
Spotify.
か
releases, but
えっと、
it's gonna be so
ま
far.
ず
So I might just buy. It's gonna be like $27, whatever, dude. And on top of that, like, I want to support the creators. It is so good. I'm gonna buy it. I think I'm gonna buy it for sure. They're gonna sell like hotcakes, dude. Yeah, dude. It's no wonder this game has gotten. It's given them so much money, dude. Like,
So to be completely honest with you, the way I look at the storytelling of Final Fantasy XIV, and it being such a story-driven MMO, I like to kind of compare it with a TV drama series, and it kind of I'm biased because I love TV drama series.
例えば ARR ファーストシーズン。で、ヘブンズワードセカンドシーズン。で、ストーンブラッドサードシーズン。シャドーブリンガーズフォースシーズン。で、今回一応最初のサーガと
I
してはファイナ
haven't
ルシ
seen
ー
the
ズン。
remix, but I'll listen to it.
So if you look at it this way, like ARR is season 1, Heaven's
tell
Word
you what.
season 2, Stormblood season 3,
Put it over here.
Shadowbringers season 4. So this is kind of like the season finale with Endwalker.
Oh shit. Oh.
で、その 6.1 からは、
oh,
まあ、ニューファーストシーズンがまあ始まるようなイメージでい
Wait.
ます。
Oh, what happened? Okay.
So
Sorry. I didn't
with the
realize what
story
I just
moving
did.
forward, beyond Endwalker is going to be like a new first season.
でも、やっぱりプレイしていただいてるから、まさに
Okay.
思うと思うんですけど。
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. I was trying to put. I was trying to put the song in the side so I don't forget about it, and I moved everything. My bad.
ものだと思うんですね。
And I'm sure you've noticed this through your gameplay as well, but that sort of emotional moments that you go through in Shadowbringers, I think, is possible in part of you playing as the hero from ARR and being that sort of protagonist of this story.
で、まあ、今回が5シーズン
Shut
だ
the
と
fuck up,
考
Mo.
え
Like
れ
it was an
ば、
accident.
まあ、ゲームオブスローンズを見るよりは多分楽なので、できれば僕としてはファーストシーズンから見てほしい。
6.1, they're
やっぱり
deleting
ARR が
cat girls? Absolutely
ストーリーだ
not.
けでいい。メインストーリ
Absolutely
ーだ
not.
けでいいので、ファーストシーズンから見て
I
も
won't
ら
allow
え
it.
た方がより楽しんでもらえるとは思ってます。
I'm on 8th.
So, I mean, considering it's just the
Very.
5th season, you know, it's better than trying to sit through all seasons of Game of Thrones, maybe. So, I mean, I would, of course, honestly speaking, I would love for people to enjoy, even if it's just the main scenario. It would be cool if players can experience it from that beginning or like that first season.
で、ただ、
Okay,
さっき
so,
話の出てたストーリーステップを使って、
I'm a little late on this, but like for
いち早く
like a late partner celebration, I'm planning on doing like a little subathon.
僕は悪いことじゃないと思う。まあ、お金はちょっとかかっちゃうけど。
Here's like a little little snippet, a little sneak peek. One of the goals is probably gonna be it'll be one of two things. Either I switch
もちろん思って
race in game,
That being said,
currently for a little while, or come next expansion, I'll play Bunny Boy for like a week or something. One or the other. Congrats on partner. Thank you. Bunny Boy? What do you think, Bunny Boy? Yeah, right? Yeah, I think everyone wants to see the Bunny Boy instead. So I think that'll be a better idea. Face reveal? Not yet. No, listen. I can't reveal my face yet because I need you guys to stay excited for the new model. Listen, I spent a lot of money on that, okay? Like, it needs to be worth it. Stay excited for it, okay? There's going to be booba and there's going to be thighs.
and you mentioned about a story skip or a level skip so that people can be up to date like right away and go into the different raids that their friends may already be playing. And I don't think that's a bad
Come again?
thing. Of course, it will cost you money. So yeah, that's kind of the downside of it. But I think it is an option to kind of skip forward first. And then we also have a system called New Game Plus where you kind of experience the older chapters like in sections as well. So you can always go back and experience like previous content.
ただ、こっからまさに課題があるとは思ってい
You had me at
て、
booba.
じゃあ
Oh
これ以上
my god.
どんどんこうシーズンを重ねていったとき、いつかはファーストシーズンから見るのが本当に大変になっちゃうじゃんっていうのは、次の課題だとまさに思ってるので、さてどうしようかなっていうのが、今のもちろん僕の考えなきゃいけない
Bunny Boy
ことの
model
一つの
reveal?
課題だと思う。
Absolutely not.
But you do bring up a good point that it is a lot of content. And if we continue to add more to the existing content, it will get to a point where it is such an arduous journey for our players to get through all of the content starting from the first season. So it is something that is on my mind as a challenge or like an issue that I have to face sooner or later.
で、もう一つはやっぱりその特に ARR は僕らが
What if
す
the
ごい
WoW
短い
Mythic
時間
Raiders?
で
Wait, what's this? What if the WoW Mythic Raiders end up playing?
14の
Oh, sorry.
リビ
Wait,
ル
this
ドだ
is
し、や
really loud. Jesus Christ, my bad.
っぱり当時の僕らはまだまだ MMO の開発っていうのに
Okay,
慣れ
what
て
if
ない。
what if the WoW Mythic Raiders end up playing the story to
僕ら
max
もやっぱり
level when the
こういう
expansion
気持
comes
ち悪
out
くなった
and
ところがすごくあるの
lull
で、
themselves in the story and
今
backtrack?
見ると拙いところ
Oh,
が
they love themselves in the story and backtrack. I wouldn't be surprised, and I think I would like that, to be
正
honest.
直言うともう一回
Oh, they
ARR
lose
は
themselves in the story. Yeah, yeah.
作り直したい
I
っていう
think
思
that'd
い
be
はある
fine.
今の僕らのスキルで。
And I'd also like to add, with Around
Some of them are
the
doing it already?
Horn,
Yeah, I think so.
that was actually built in a very short amount of time when we were trying to relaunch and rebuild Final Fantasy XIV. So not only was it developed in a short amount of time, we as developers were not very experienced in creating an MMO. So there are a lot of very awkward areas that we would love to revisit, from the cinematic presentations to some of how we structured our quest lines. And I'm not saying that we dislike ARR, but there are elements that we'd like to kind of adjust or like to remake.
まあそこら辺はこれからの将来に向けてまあ課題だし、
Awkward.
いつか超えていかなきゃいけないところかな
Okay,
とは思います。
so
But again,
Oh,
it
never
is
mind,
an
never mind,
issue
never
that we will be facing sooner or later, and we will continue to like make updates and think about it as we go along.
So then, I guess really quickly, speaking of 6.1 in the future, and as you've mentioned before, the next 10 years, does it, I guess the question is, would it benefit you to play through the entire story? And will there still be threads that move from 6.0 to 6.1 and into the future? Will there be a great examples like, does Tataru in the future matter in 8 years from now? Is Tataru still very important to?
Of course.
Right? Is that something that you definitely need to know who that character is, like that kind of thing?
まあとはいえそうですね。
So seeing Yoshi laugh, that reminds me. So I had a native. I have this Japanese friend that I made recently. She's actually the dev of some like ACT text to speech thing. It's called Yukudi. I made friends with her, and she told me, because like we were chatting, I was troubleshooting with her, and she told me I was apologizing because I didn't speak Japanese, and she's like, no, it's fine. Most Japanese folk actually understand English. We may not all speak it, but most of us actually understand. And I was like, really? That's crazy to think. That's actually, I had no idea. So I feel like that's what that was. Like I feel like he knows a lot. But like I feel like Amy is probably filling in the blanks, right? More than anything. Because like he's probably pretty educated with it, but like not fully, right? So that's pretty cool. I like that. Really hard to write and speak. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, before I forget, Ztoki, thank you for the follow. Zugzor, you too. Wait, is that Azufer? Or Azufre? Either way, thank you for the follow. And Wolf Suma, thank you, friends. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. Having an official translator is standard protocol. Yeah, of course. Absolutely, yeah. Just to be safe. Ooh.
And of course, with the Heidelin Zodiac saga kind of concluding with Endwalker, we're not going to throw you on like a foreign planet suddenly and you're suddenly left alone to go on a new adventure. So I think it ties into like the last like the final parts of Endwalker. I hope you get to see it till the end, but it does leave that kind of
Speaks English?
not lingering,
Yeah,
but like
no,
that
damn.
hope for the adventure that will continue beyond that. And it's not like you're going to be saying goodbye to every single person you've met. So
もうタタルだってね、エンドウォーカーの、
So
パッケージでは
hold
ね
on.、
ドセンターにいるからね。
I mean, I don't know if you've seen
Whenever, sorry to pause it, but whenever I think Yoshi P speaking English, this is what I think. This is what I think.
But looking at what you have done with your costume, especially with your hair, the details of your embroidery, everything is so accurate. Even the makeup, the neck details, everything has been recreated so close to what's in game. So we were very impressed.
Step on me, please. Applause, please.
Oh!
Amazing.
Oh my god.
On this note, I would like to invite the judges to the.
Oh my god, dude. We don't deserve him, bro. We do not deserve this man. Can I get a link to that? Yeah, I got you. Let me get it for you. Oh my, we do not deserve this man, dude. Oh my lord, dude. What a G. What a fucking G. It's just, dude, he knows what everyone likes, dude. He's look at how smug this bastard looks, dude. Just look at him. Oh my god. I love him, bro. He's just the greatest. Yo, D2 hated, thank you for the follow. Thank you, man. He's one of us. He is, bro. He's like one of the boys. And girls. Imagine Blizzard saying that. Yeah, California would fucking flip, dude. A man of culture.
seen the Endwalker key art, but I
Too
mean,
funny.
Tataru is like front and center. That girl is like very prominent.
一部のコミュニ
As
テ
she
ィ
should be,
では
dude.
タタル
She's a
ラスボス説
sweetheart.
まであるぐらいですからね。
I mean, some communities have been speculating perhaps Tataru is the final boss.
Oh man.
まあでもいずれにせよ、やっぱり主人公はね、プレイヤーの皆さん光の戦士であり、やっぱりここまで培ってきた絆っていうもの
No,
の
and I saw someone mention it in chat, but if you didn't know,
また楽しくちゃんと
I think
コンテンツでき
Mr.
るような
Happy or
新しい
someone a long time ago
世界
asked
観
him
をちゃんと作って
if they would ever consider
まずは
dropping classic servers for 1.0 so people could experience it, right? Even if it was bad. And all he said, and he was like, oh, he was like face palming, like as they were asking it, he was like face palming and like hand, he was just rubbing like his forehead, like bro. And then as soon as it was his turn to speak, he was just nightmare. Fucking A, bro. Oh my
But
god.
in any case, the protagonist of
Wait, let me put this up.
Final Fantasy XIV, of course, is the player, the Warrior of
Too
Light.
funny.
So any sort of bonds or connections that you've made throughout the journey is not something that can easily be broken. I don't
Easy
think.
allies, yeah.
So
there you
while
go.
we will be looking to a
Kitty,
new
thank you for the follow.
adventure moving forward, we still have yet to face the biggest sort of threat yet in Endwalker, and I believe it's going to be one of the most epic battles. So
Fantastic. We're very excited for that. I think kind of switching back to a little bit of what you mentioned during the media briefing video that we saw earlier today. As someone who likes to level all the jobs to max level, there was a bit in there about it being easier to level jobs outside of your main job. Can you give any specifics on what that system is? Will it just be, a flat XP earning system, or is there anything new that's going to be created for that?
ちょっと話が変わりますけれども、プレゼンテーション動画の中で、その複数ジョブを
I really like it.
ジョブをレベリングするのが
I feel like everyone can probably agree with this, but like I really like how much they interact and how transparent they are with the community, and they're very like, they show so much personality, right? And I feel like a lot of other dev teams, maybe not a lot, but like I've seen a few other dev teams that are starting to do what Square Enix does, right? Like for example, if any of you play or know of old school RuneScape, they have something similar, right? Like they have something similar to live letters. They have like these little episodes like on a weekly or monthly basis where the devs talk about future updates and they just chat and chill, or they have like little, they throw out memes and the community makes memes with them. PoE has also been pretty personable. Yes, I love it when other dev teams do this, because like for a while I felt like it was just Final Fantasy, but I'm seeing that in a lot of other games, and it's really something beautiful to see.
Yeah,
Wait.
for sure. With Final Fantasy 14, I think it's very unique, and I think it's what sets us apart is that you can use your single character to level with any class or job. I know of other games that kind of restrict one character per one class, so I think it sets Final Fantasy 14 apart to be able to level any job that you'd like.
だから、ただその一方で、
Patrick, to answer your question, yes. At that level, you have quite a few. Because you have, don't forget about your role actions. You have some mitigation there. You have arm's length and reprisal. I think you may unlock some of those later in your leveling, but I'm not 100% sure. Another thing is that mobs don't hurt as bad in lower level dungeons, so it's easier to do like large pulls. Yeah, you have rampart and reprisal, yeah.
But on the other hand, if we do provide many different jobs or classes available, some people get that sort of urge or like an obsession that, oh my gosh, I need to level everything. But we don't want to make it an obligation either. We want people to have the freedom to do what they like and to do what they choose to do. And the one thing that we would ask as developers is just for the players to get through the main scenario quests and save the world. And that can be done with just one single job or class. And so, like, our thinking was that as long as you're able to max out your main job, we are okay with that.
ところが今プレイヤーの皆さんのデータを見るとやっぱり平均で
Yeah, arm's length is super plus. So like, get this, way back, listen, here comes the boomer, okay? Here comes the boomer. Back in the day, Scholar used to have something similar to Salted Earth. If you guys know what Salted Earth is, it's a Dark Knight ability. It's like a little dome. It's like a pretty small dome. It's kind of similar in shape to Asylum and Sacred Soil, but it's smaller. But the difference is that instead of healing, it deals damage, right? It's a dot. Scholar used to have one. It was called Shadow Flare. It worked similarly to Salted Earth. It was a dot, but it had a slow, a perma slow. So like, consider that, dude. Back in the day, like there were a lot of options for mitigation and DPS. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was a permanent slow so long as the mobs were in it and so long as they didn't resist it, right? Like bosses would resist it, obviously, but mobs would get completely fucked by it. So like arm's length is kind of similar to it, right? Because like it's a very short cooldown. It's like a 5-second cooldown, but I think the debuff is like 10 or 15 seconds. It's a pretty long slow, and it keeps on reapplying as they smack you while it's up, right? So like during those 5 seconds, if they keep on smacking you, it keeps on reapplying the slow. Arm's length is super good. Hey, tank mains, if you guys are learning tank for the first time, use arm's length. Your roll abilities, arm's length and reprisal are super good. They might not seem it at first, but they're really good. Throw them out there. Like just make sure you put them near your cooldowns because it might be easy to forget about them. But they're basically cooldowns. They're good as fuck. Super good.
In the years that we've been running this game, we've looked at the player data, and we are seeing that on average, each player levels their jobs, 3 to 4 of their jobs to the max, to the level cap. And so it seems like more and more players are enjoying the different content with not just one single job, but like multiple.
で、結果、例えば武器育成コンテンツはやっぱり僕らとしては1本作ってくれればいいよ。メインジョブの1本作るための時間で計算してたり。なんだけど、
Yo, as we drop the video, you were gonna have to watch that, dude.
で、僕らももうそろそろ考え方を変えようと。みんながこんなに複数のジョブを楽しく遊んでくれるのであれば、
You're so chill. Thank you, man.
今まで拡張が出たタイミングって、拡張のメインストーリーとサイドクエストをプレイしていると、ちょうど、
It depends. It
その拡張のラスボス近くで、
Sometimes kiting actually works. Don't be afraid to kite. If you're close to death, it's worth kiting. It definitely is.
So this actually affected, or this we noticed this trend in the weapon quests, where you are farming for materials to kind of power up your relic weapon. And again, the developer's
Todd, thank you,
thinking
buddy.
is that as long as you are satisfied with your primary job and having your main arm for that one, and you've created that, we're fine. And our sort of quest design has been calculated so that the time it takes to finish, it's like a satisfactory amount of time for us to create just one of those weapons. But it seems that more and more players want to do it for multiple jobs. And so that led us to think about changing our sort of perspective of it. We thought that, well, it seems like players nowadays like to enjoy doing content with multiple different jobs.
Comment, thank you.
So previously, with any expansion pack, whenever you go through the main scenario quests and the sub quests that are associated along the journey, that will allow for your one single job to be leveled high enough to reach that level cap to go into the final boss.
なので今回はもう複数のジョブをやるのが当たり前
Yeah,
に
don't
な
worry
ってき
about
た
it,
ので
man.
メインストーリー
It's always in
クエ
the
ストは
VOD. It was really good.
メイン
It
ジョ
was
ブで
really
進め
good.
だけメイン
Oh man, I'm so glad they got invited to the media tour. Dude, that's another thing about fucking the Square Enix or the 14 devs, bro. Like they weren't afraid to. Some people on Twitter were really fucking butthurt that they invited Asmon and Rich, and they're so new to the game, and I'm just like, bro, why would you get upset over that? Why would you get upset over that? That's good. That's good. Like it's just what people tend to forget is that these are gamers. These are gamers. They've been in the MMO scene for a while, dude.
So
the screamers, yeah, like dude, why get upset over that? Yo, Megu, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Thank you. Shall we? Sorry, or Umbra, if you're here, could you shout out Megu? Thank you. But yeah, like why get upset over that, dude? Like they're a part of the community now, and on top of that, they've had such a large impact. Like yeah, I get the memes with Richie Stalls or whatever, but like at the same time, like he's still had a very large impact on the streaming scene of 14. You know, like, listen, as much as I hate to admit it, the Twitch scene on for Final Fantasy on obviously like on Twitch it's pretty small in comparison to most MMOs, but I feel like the transition from WoW to Final Fantasy, like all these gamers and viewers, it's really expanded the Twitch directory for Final Fantasy, and I'm so happy it did, right? Like, Endwalker might have done a lot of work for Twitch on its own. For Final Fantasy at least, but like this has helped so much. We have so many eyes on the game now, and I can never be more thankful. Like, dude, it's great. So many people are seeing the game now for the first time on YouTube through highlights or clips, or on Twitter, on Twitch, and it's great, dude. They did, like, while they haven't been in the community for very long, they've done good shit. They have done good shit. I'm not looking at Quinn, but everyone else has been great. Everyone else who's come over has been great, dude. Like, I've spoken in a few of these WoW streamers chats, and they're good, dude. Recently, I think his name is Sav. He's like a PvPer. I've seen clips of him wearing like a maid outfit, and he says the fucking Onichan meme or whatever. Guy's hilarious. Savix, yeah. He followed me and he raided me recently, and before that I had seen clips of him, so like that was really nice to see. What a bro, dude. What a bro. Oh, and he's a gym bro too, so like, we've got some stuff in common, so I think he's dope. I think he's cool as fuck. Frosty, thank you for the follow, man. Savix, yeah, he's good. He's great. Like, I'm really happy. No, and then on top of that, so like this doesn't go for all YouTube content creators for Final Fantasy, but for a while, I'm not sure if I'm alone here, but for a while I felt like the Final Fantasy YouTube scene was very lacking, right? Like there are some really good ones, like Denmo, I like Nest, Larry, Zepla, etc. You know, there's quite a few good ones, but like once you add them all up, it's not a very large number. And like I feel like it's kind of copium if you say, bro, it's just fine the way it is. I really don't think so, right? I think it's good. I think what we have is great, you know, but I think we're missing a lot. And I gotta give it to WoW, dude, because when this whole thing started happening with WoW players coming over, I started getting recommended WoW videos. So and I was introduced to Captain. I mean, not him, not personally, but like his channel, his videos, Captain Grimm. Honestly, I knew jack all about Asmon until just a few months ago. I started watching Asmon videos. I love him. The guy, like it's like I'm watching a talk show or a podcast. Like he reminds me of myself. Like I don't know when the fuck to shut up. I always have some shit to say, and I can't go fucking 5 seconds without saying some shit, right? But Asmon, he's the same, and he's really well spoken, and I just love listening to him. He's hilarious. He knows how to make his game fun even when it's not, you know? And he's really good with his chat. Like it's a fun experience. So like learning more about him as a streamer and a content creator, it was great. Rich is great. He's super positive. He's funny. Jesse, I started watching Jesse recently. Pyro. There's too many to name. And Pint's my favorite. Like I think, dude, I don't even play WoW, and Pint might be my favorite content creator for MMOs. Like this is Final Fantasy included. With Final Fantasy included, my main MMO that I've been playing for like 8 years, I still think Pint is probably the best MMO YouTube content creator I've ever fucking seen. Next to Captain Grimm as well. But like they're two different content creators, but like they are both just Jesus Christ, bro. Like how do you get that good? So like seeing these content creators come over to this game, dude, I am so excited to see what they have in store. And seeing what Grimm just dropped the other day. Oh, dude, like that day we watched the video on stream, and I had like Carbot 2, yes, Carbot 2. We had, dude, I don't know if you guys, if to everyone who was here, I don't know if you guys remember, but we had like probably like 20, maybe 30 people come and chat like, yo, did you watch the Captain Grimm video? And they linked it. And it's just like, normally streamers would get like annoyed with someone repeating that shit often, but I was just like, I was just sorry for them because like they weren't here to watch it with the gang, dude. It was so fun. It was an experience, dude. So like YouTube for MMOs, it's great, dude. I fucking love it. I love it. Can we just appreciate Yoshi's translator? Dude, she's a G. She's a legend. She's great. But yeah, so real quick, I saw that Asmon's channel dropped a new video. So after we finish this, we're very close. We're about 20 minutes away. Once we finish this, we're gonna watch that one as well, okay? I'm super excited. But my point is that WoW content creators are on a completely different level. Those guys are cracked, right? And I'm not saying that I want them to dominate the YouTube scene. I just want them to inspire our content creators and just like create like this level of content creation where it's just normal, right? And oh, dude, I'm just so excited like for the future of this game on YouTube. I'm so excited. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to stall. I'm sorry. It's exciting. It really is.
Speaking of players utilizing multiple jobs and that becoming more second nature, we shifted the calculation of how much experience points are being awarded.
And Josh Strife, I don't know if you guys know, surely you guys know Josh Strife. Guy's fucking crazy.
So that as long as you're going through the main scenario quests, MSQs,
Kazmik, thank you.
You should be able to get to that final level cap, going into the final boss. And doing the side quests will be kind of extra. If you have a second alt job you wanted to level, you can do those instead, and you can gain the experience points. So we've kind of rebalanced it so that you can acquire experience points while you're playing that sort of main scenario quests and any of the sub quests that are in a similar area.
Fantastic. Can you talk about the dev team's internal reaction to kind of the recent boom and general interest in the game that we've seen specifically on Twitch?
We were just talking
over the past couple of months.
About this.
Do you watch any of the streamers that have kind of come to this? Asmon, Gold, Rich, I'm sure you've spoken with them as well. Do you watch their streams? Have you watched any of these streams?
Okay, so while she translates, I see you guys talking about Lulu in chat. Dude, I have to give so much thanks to Lulu because so many of you guys came from Lulu's videos, right? And Lulu is, I'm so glad Lulu came up with these highlights, dude, because like people have tried doing this in the past for 14, but they never follow through. Like I think the very first instance I ever saw of Twitch highlights was Momo. Momo tried doing this once and he just didn't keep up with it. I think it's just a lot of work, right? But I always wanted to see it like blossom into an actual like daily thing, right? Or at least a weekly thing. But look at Lulu, bro. Lulu like does it. Lulu puts in mad work, dude. Daily, daily. And again, a lot of you guys came to this channel because of Lulu, right? And I'm fully aware of that, and I am so thankful. I've met so many of you guys through Lulu, and I am so glad you guys came, you know? Like, whenever I watch those, dude, it's become like a daily thing. I watch Lulu videos on a daily basis. Every single day, if I don't see it, someone either pings me in my server or DMs me, or on stream, they ask, yo, did you see the new Lulu video, bro? And dude, and whenever I see myself on there, it's just like, bro, like it's surreal as fuck, dude. And there's so many new content creators. You and Sebi growth, so fast. Thanks to Lulu. Yeah, no, Lulu has put in work for all of us, dude, for all of us. And I'm really glad that they just put so many different streamers. Like, it isn't just like, yeah, they definitely put like a lot of rich or like these bigger ones, but like it's probably because like those channels are generating a lot of clips because of the story, right? And they create like these nice little MSQ segments of the videos, and it's super nice. It's super nice to see. I don't really watch them too much because I'm more interested in like this. The thing is, I've seen a lot of Rich, and I've seen a lot of these other ones. So like I guess I tend to skim over those and watch the more the smaller ones that I haven't seen before, because I want to see newer streamers, you know. And it's really nice. She does a little bit of everything for everyone. And it's really nice, and there's a lot of positivity in the comments. So from time to time there is some negativity about like basically all the streamers, myself included, but like that's just life, you know. Like, not everyone will have something positive to say, and that's fine, but like the vast majority of it is positive, and it's really heartwarming to see. It's really heartwarming to see, and it's just the community is growing at such a ridiculous rate, and oh my gosh, and people are really stepping up to do this, like these things, like the highlights or these videos, or for example, the media tour, all these interviews, like these WoW players who weren't even interested or related to the game at all just a couple months ago, and look at them now, like they're talking with Yoshi, dude. It's incredible. It really is. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy for the game. I'm so happy for the community, for all the streamers, for all the YouTube creators as well, like, and just for everyone who's involved in the game and the community. Oh, it's been such a blast, dude. And next expansion is going to be amazing. It's gonna be so good. But you guys should get together and send Lulu a thank you package. Absolutely, dude. I'd be down for that. Because of that, you're my favorite streamer right now. Oh, Chrono, thank you, man. Came from Lulu too. That's what I'm saying, dude. I have to give Lulu tons of credit. And I've been watching a bit of Nyasaki as well, and I found out about Nyasaki through Lulu. So like, these are streamers I probably would have never found out about, you know. So it's great to see. It really is. Yo, before I continue, Baka, Eggs, and Jibs, thank you for the follows. Thank you, friends.
I do want to say, and this probably comes naturally, but the fact that there is such a boom of new players coming in from a developer who's creating the game, in our perspective, it's just amazing. We're just so happy that so many people are flooding in to play this game that we've built.
Hell yeah.
きっと給料が上がったりボーナスが出たりすることを楽しみにしている人たちいるんだろうなとは思います。
And I'm sure there are those who are excited that because of this influx, their salary is going to be raised, or, you know, they'll receive a bonus or something like that.
で、ストリームに
Yeah, the reason we didn't have highlights previously is because the Twitch scene for Final Fantasy isn't really all that big. But I feel like in a way this is also really good because now it's getting people into Twitch. More people are starting to watch Twitch. I was never really into Twitch until I started streaming, and like I've really been able to get into it because like I'm a huge consumer on YouTube. I watch tons of YouTube.
And
so those highlights are really nice because sometimes I don't always have all this time to attend all these streams, you know. It's hard, like my time zone, and it's just there's too many content creators, and I don't have the time to watch all these streamers, you know. So I really appreciate you guys putting in the time to chill with me and watch and just hang out, talk, and the support's been fucking unreal. Thank you all so much for being here. But again, like it's just these highlights really fucking help because I learned about these content creators, and I'm able to just laugh and like enjoy their streams through YouTube because I'm mostly on YouTube again, and just all of them compiled into one video. It's great. And watching this, like all these videos from these different content creators and all this, it's inspired me to make my own YouTube channel. And there's someone who's been working with me to help me make these videos. Again, I'm like I mentioned this last stream. I'm not sure if they want to make their their person too known at the moment, but like I got to give them a lot of thanks. They've really helped me get into this, the whole YouTube thing, and I really want to make videos similar to like Pines or Josh, right? For example, like I want to make like history videos at some point. Dude, I'm really interested, and I hope I can make something crazy and like beautiful one day that everyone can appreciate. You know, I really hope so. I suck at editing, but I don't think that matters, right? Like I think I'll always be able to find someone to help me out, and I think it'll work out. But it's gonna take a lot of work. But I have a lot of ideas and I have a lot of drive, so I would really like to throw in a little bit of my ideas into this entire melting pot of content creators and YouTube videos and everything. Like I think I've made a mark for myself on Twitch, and I want to start expanding onto YouTube. You know, because like videos are a completely different thing, right? And like I said, I use YouTube a lot, far more than I do Twitch whenever I'm offline. So I think there's a lot of people who can probably relate to that, and I want to make videos for those people as well. You know, I got an editor, yes, but that's what I've been doing on the side, dudes. If you don't know, I do have a YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, hook a brother up with a little sub. We'll be dropping videos soon, right? All right. I don't want to be that guy and plug, but it is, you know, it is what it is. It's relevant. All right. Let's continue.
Our developers love to watch streams actually for Final Fantasy 14, and so they watch on a regular basis.
Oh, before I continue, I'm so sorry. Kamag, thank you for the follow. Thormag, Space, Calzone, and Grandorius. Thank you all so much for the follow. Thank you.
So whenever like a patch comes out and then a new raid is implemented, I know players kind of compete for who's going to clear at world first. So the developers get excited too. They watch these different streams of these raid teams to see their efforts on the world first race.
僕もだからトレーラー出したら
Ryan, the music is good, isn't it, dude? Yeah, I wanted to. It's just, this is the music I go to sleep to, right? This helps me go to sleep, and it keeps me very mellow, right? So today's been a lot more lax than it usually is, and it's partly because of the music. I just wanted this for the intro, but it's basically been here for the entirety of the stream. I feel like it really helps out during this like these interviews as well, because like in between takes or whatever, there's a lot of silence, and I feel like it just adds, right? But I wanted something like just chill that everyone can probably like vibe to. And my bad if you guys have your own music playing in the background, and if it ever gets annoying, just let me know. I don't mind taking it off. All good.
Whenever we release a trailer, I actually look out for you too, and your reaction videos too. And I mean, it's just such a wonderful feeling, you know. It's like you get to experience people's reaction directly, and you get to find out how people feel about what you make.
エンドウォーカーのねスタートの
Oh.
でずっとね
Dude, he pogged. Oh my god.
And whenever we showed that opening sequence of Endwalker, and you guys were just frozen.
We all were, dude. We all were.
いやだから今回
Callan, thank you for the prime. Thank you. Hey, enjoy your emotes. Your badge.
純粋にやっぱり多くのそのストリーマーだったりそのインフルエンサーが14を楽しんでくれてるっていうのは
Ryan, I've really considered getting my own music. Yeah, like for like an intro or something. I've really considered it. I want to exchange my channel points for a Burger King crown. Wait, that's a dude. Hold on, I gotta write that down. Wait, dude, that's a great idea. Hold on. Before I continue, channel points, redemption, Burger King crown. Oh my god, that's a brilliant idea. Yo, expect this for next stream. What the fuck? Burger King crown? What? You don't get it, Sar? A Burger King crown? It's a meme with mentors, right? Mentors who are just like a meme. Like instead of an actual mentor crown, they call it a Burger King crown, right? It's like a joke on mentors who suck, right? But like I think that would be really good for my stream. Yo, thanks for that. I like that. Expect that, dude. That's a brilliant idea. I fucking love chat, dude. Hell yeah.
And just simply put, these influencers playing our
Yeah, like
game
me.
just encourages us, and
Just
we
oh
notice
god.
that there are a lot of players out there who stream the content, and the developers are really happy that you guys are enjoying the content. I know some of our developers kind of play somebody's stream in the background as they do their work, so we're very much encouraged, and it is a great motivation boost for us too. So we're very thankful for all of you guys, all the streamers out there.
特にその
But yeah, back. So someone wrote in chat.
皆さんやっぱり
Quit using Duty Finder for
Aroma
Aroma-born Extreme mentors, dude.
理解がすごくあるので
Man, like
やっぱり何が良くて
so.
その
Someone brought up an argument on Reddit. I saw it, and like it was more like, okay, they're like, dude, it's just that these sprouts they queue up for extreme trials, and like people are only worried about the sprouts time rather than the mentors time. I'm just like, you're literally devoting time into mentor roulette. Mentor roulette. You're meant to teach them, right? And they're like, yeah, but they can just go on Party Finder and learn that way. And it's just, dude. How many times does this need to be explained? Sometimes PF is not the way, dude. Like in theory, it is. That's where you should go if you want to learn fights, right? But it's just sometimes these parties don't fill. They don't fill, right? But what do you know with sprouts, especially ones who come from WoW? I'm sure there's a duty finder or a dungeon finder that's exactly the same as Final Fantasies, and you just queue up for it. And like, or honestly, people who haven't even played the game before, it's a very simple system. You click a duty, you queue up for it, eventually you get thrown in there, you know. And honestly, like a lot of these newer players who are queuing up for extremes are either confused because like for example, like Ramu, dude, Ramu, his quest is posted up. Ramu Extreme is posted up right next to the Aetherite at the Grand Company for in Gridania for the extreme. So like they just grab it without even realizing what they're queuing up for, right? But like I don't mind clearing them through Ramu, especially if they can listen to instructions and like actually like pay attention to my macro callouts. That's fine. That's fine. I'll sit there for an hour if it takes that long. It's fine, dude. The thing is, I do not mind a good grind. Especially like it's just everyone learns at different paces, and that's okay. Like who the fuck am I to expect a player, especially a new one, to learn as quickly as I, right? I've been playing this game for a minute, and maybe like I don't really remember too well. I mean, some fights I was really slow with, some fights I was really fast with, you know. For the most part, I've been pretty all right with Prague, and I've only gotten better with time. But that's just the thing. Like we were all there, right? We were all at that point where we were noobs and we didn't understand the game. The thing is, like, a lot of these players also don't understand the way the AoE works in this game. AoEs work a little strangely in this game. Like if you stand in an AoE and you're moving out of it, right? And if the AoE fades as you're in it, that's it. It's over. It snapshots your position right there, and you are going to get hit even if you move out of it after it fades, right? So like they get confused and they're like, bro, I was out of that. And then when I explain how the AoEs actually work, what do you know? They start dodging. It's just they don't have these instructions. These like this isn't normally like laid out for you through tooltips or anything, you know. You have to go digging like on the balance or on videos, and some videos don't even say this stuff. So it's good to know, you know. It's really good to know these things, and mentors should be the ones to, or honestly, not even just mentors, everyone should be, or like vets, any veterans should be willing to give out this information to new players, because again, like I said, we were all there, but in the beginning, when I was playing like in Armorborn, none of us had guidance, right? But now we're at the point where new players have access to guidance if players like mentors would just give it to them, you know. And I don't think it's asking for very much to just tell them how to do a mechanic, you know. Obviously, if the sprout's unwilling to just accept like any sort of like education, then I understand. Like if they're just being an asshole and then like they're just deflecting all the information thrown at them and they don't want to learn and they're just not interested, then at that point, like, why even queue up if you're not trying to learn? If you want to learn on your own, then go watch a video. Like it's not a single player game, it's a multiplayer game. So I feel like at that point that's just a bad mindset. But not all sprouts are like that, you know. Most of them are pretty willing to learn. So yo, for all you mentors in chat who are just starting, make sure to have a lot of patience, all right? And listen, we were all there. We were all noobs once upon a time. But hook them up and teach them how to do the fights. It's all good. It's all good, you know? You know, Ramu, I know it's a little frustrating. Rathalos, Leviathan, these fights suck. They really do. But, bro, listen. We're in it together, okay? Like, you remember the Captain Grimm video? Remember how they were in Copperbow Mines and they wiped, and the Aura was like, "Oh, I guess this is where we disband, huh?" After one wipe, and the guy was like, "Dude, what do you mean? We just go again?" And he was like, "Wait, what? I'm not used to this. I'm used to parties just disbanding, right?" And then he's just like, "Nah, man, it's fine." Then he's like, "Oh, but like, don't you like not want to waste your time with the failure of a party like this?" And he's just like, "Bro, well then we waste our time together. We waste our time together, dude." That was such a beautiful little thing to see, bro. Preach, yeah, preach, dude. Oh, like thinking back to it, bro, it was so nice. That video was so good. Captain Grimm, dude, what a G, what a G. We waste our time together. Eventually you'll get the clear, and when you get the clear, what do you know? It's no longer wasted time. You got the clear. That's all that matters, dude. If you can get that clear, fuck yeah. Listen, if you make it to the end of a lockout and like you lose, you know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes we can't always win, but go into it next time even stronger. Now you know what to do, and you had some time to practice. Maybe next time you queue up, you'll get players who know a little more, and it'll just be easier. You know, it always gets easier with time. Just practice and experience.
And especially with
perseverance,
those streamers who play our content, it seems like they really understand the game mechanics, and they know like which parts bother them, and they come with suggestions too. Like if we were to change this aspect, I think it would play better, and things like that, which is a new perspective for us developers, because we've already gone through that content and we're already at the very latest part. We've gone to the most cutting edge part of it, so we can't like forget what we've experienced and go back to AR to look at it from a fresh pair of eyes. So players jumping in new and fresh into ARR and just talking about their experience is very it's great help. It's very informative. People like to talk about how the game played and how it felt as they played through, which is very it gives us a new perspective. You know, we notice things that may not have been picked up on unless it was looked at from a very new perspective.
で、これはもちろん日本の例えば
Wait, let me read this. I remember I queued up as a DPS for Darkhold, for Decimal Darkhold, and our healer was one of the greenest sprouts ever. We wiped like 7 times, twice on the last boss. Nobody gave the healer shit because we knew he was as green as it gets, and that's okay. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
And with watching these different streams, and I know these are also applicable to like,
dude, it's hearing this, it's so nice to know that the devs watch these streams, bro. I think someone mentioned it earlier and they were like, "Oh bro, Haru, Yoshi P might just be watching you." And that's crazy to think because dudes, if you guys aren't aware, it's no secret, I use a bit of I use a few mods, I use a few plugins, and it really makes the experience more fun for me. It really does. Do I feel guilty for using it? Low-key, yes. I really do, because as a content creator, I too would like to someday be included in something like a media tour, or just any sort of like promotional thing between Twitch and Final Fantasy. I would like to someday be included, you know? Like, I'm not gonna be selfish and be like, damn, I deserve inclusion. I stream this game all this time, you know. Like I strive to bring all this positive content to the viewers and the community. I'm not gonna sit there and say that and bitch and whine on fucking Twitter, dude. You know, like if they choose me, fuck yeah. If they don't, that's all right, dude. It is what it is. So long as my peers get in there, I'm more than happy. But it would be nice to someday be included. But like, it's just such a weird area for me because like I said, I use a few mods here and there, and I don't want that to be the reason I'm not included. You know, if it is, then that sucks. And honestly, I'm only doing it to myself. It's as easy as just stopping and like deleting the mods and not using them, right? But it's just some of them are really nice, man. Like some of them I really enjoy. Like the battle effects. Like sometimes it may look a little excessive, and I understand that. Like the holy is a bit much, but I don't know, dude. I'm a big fan of like really large AOE's, really like it's like fancy explosions. And on top of that, there's one that a lot of you probably use as well. It's the chat bubble one. It's something that Final Fantasy just doesn't have for some reason. Like WoW has it, right? Like whenever you talk, like in Say Chat, there's a little bubble over your head, and it has your text, which it has what you're saying, and it's super nice. It's really immersive, and there's a plugin for that. You can't live without the chat bubbles, yeah, right? So I started using that recently, and it's really changed the experience for me, dude. Like there's been quite a few moments on stream where it really adds like a comedic effect to it, because for example, like Rich or Tarzan or Graha, they'll pull up, they'll say something stupid, the chat bubble appears above their head, and they'll walk away. And then I'm just like, bro, and like it's just, this is probably something I wouldn't have noticed in chat, and you guys would never have known, because I block chat for privacy reasons, right? Like I don't want to out everyone who says things in party chat or shout chat or say whatever. I don't want to out everyone. So the chat bubble helps, and there's a. And it's also anonymous. Like it doesn't really say their name. I mean, it's not really anonymous because like their name's on top of their bubble. But like, I could always turn that off, you know. So like, it would work very well. But it's really fun. It's a very immersive thing. And like WoW players are probably like, it's really cool, but like, it probably isn't that deep, right? But it's more that like I've never experienced it up until recently, and it really changes the game for you, dude. Those little bubbles, it really does. Something so small, so like insignificant, actually changes it so much. Like I said, I barely pay attention to the chat box, so seeing it is just like, yo, that's nice. And like I played games like RuneScape and MapleStory, and they have the bubbles, or they have that too, or the text over your head, they have it. So like, just the fact that this game doesn't have it, it's a bit strange, because these guys are really crazy about the quality. The devs are really good about the quality of life, very good. So seeing that it isn't in there, it's just like, I wonder why. You know, I really wonder why. Small and insignificant, like Haru's hands, that's inaccurate. Thal's balls, yeah, I agree. Israel, thank you for the follow. Chunka Style, thank you. Asagi and Gemini, thank you so much for the follows.
The Japanese streamers and the VTubers out there. There is one thing that the development team, I myself included, would like to implore our North American and European streamers.
Oh!
YouTube に例えばその
Wait, dude, they know. Oh my god, they know, dude. They really know like who's out there, dude. Oh shit. That's crazy.
And so if you ever upload content to your YouTube, kind of like a wrap up of your
you better not have seen
streams onto YouTube as like VODs, I would love for you guys to turn on like a closed captioning in Japanese. That would be great.
英語が理解できないスタッフがすごい多いので、YouTube の字幕機能をオンにしてくれれば、自動翻訳で日本語にトランスレートされるので、
Yoshi P could be any one of us.
あれがあると、よりみんな皆さんがどういうふうに分析してたり、どう楽しんでくれてるのかより理解できるんで、ぜひそれをお願いしたい。
Jester, shut the fuck up.
I'm afraid a lot of our teammates in the development team do not understand English, so just even the auto closed captioning where you can auto translate to Japanese, that would be very helpful. Like we would love to know like what you guys are analyzing and what the streamers out there have noticed.
I'm writing that down.
So your help would be appreciated.
You're right. Hold on.
多分ね、日本のコミュニティもね、そうしてくれるとすごいね、見たがってる人たちいっぱいいるんで。
And I'm sure like Japanese community members too are very curious about like how the Western players look at Final Fantasy 14. So I'm sure they would be interested too.
Of course, we'll share that, and we'll try to utilize that as well. I know we got the 10-minute warning about 10 minutes ago.
Close, maybe one more each.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah,
time is okay
I think we both.
Dude, oh my gosh, I'm so wow, dude. Okay, so I mentioned it earlier, but I was saying I was saying that I was a little worried that these interviews would all be very similar, right? Like they would all just feel like the same interview, but with different creators. But like if these guys hadn't been interviewing, we wouldn't have known that little snippet of information, that little bit of information with the closed captioning. Yo, if any YouTubers are in chat Like if any of you guys make videos for Final Fantasy, yo, add that closed caption. It might be a little difficult, but like if you find it possible, do it, dude. That might be really good.
Kind of have a final question that will be simple enough.
Oh, that's Koji?
This one is actually a
You said
question
that?
Jesse wanted to ask, but he was too shy to ask it.
Oh, you think
He
it's
has
Adam?
a theory, Yoshi P,
Oh,
that
automatically
you are in
generated, true.
fact a primal and that we, the player base, are all tempered. Do you care to
Tempered.
comment on this?
これはもともとジェシーが考えていた質問なんですけれども、まあ、プ
It's
レイヤ
because
ーの
everyone has
中で
different focuses.
ヨシピーが晩
MZT,
神
for
で、
example, was
我
very
々
focused on
プレイ
asking
ヤー
about
光の
Savage.
選手
Ooh.
は吉田
Yeah, I'm
の
interested
テ
in
ンパ
that.
ードなんじゃないかという説が上がっていますが、コメントいただけますか？
I'm gonna have to watch that eventually as well. Like a raid interview would be nice
あの
for the raiders in chat.
まあ日本でもね結構
What was the first one? It was the Asmund Rich one. Dude, it was so good. It was so good. Oh my gosh.
テンパードはみたいな言い方をする人も
Yesterday?
います。
Yesterday was like
You know, that's funny that you say.
so. Like I said, there's just I want to watch these videos now while they're fresh, before they're forgotten, right? Or before they like lose their significance when the expansion drops, because like especially these, because there's so much information from the devs that we probably just wouldn't know about if they hadn't done these media tour interviews. Dude, the media tour is something really good, and now it's starting to make a lot of sense to me. Why? Because yesterday I learned that they all these media tour people, they all had 6 hours to play the game, and I was like, how the fuck did they only have 6 hours to play the game? But now I'm realizing like they were expected to make these videos, and then they also all had to get to the interview with Yoshi. And look, bro, like both of these interviews that we've seen, they're both an hour long, and they both went over the allowed time limit. So like, and Yoshi isn't complaining, right? Like they're telling them in the back because they have to, right? It's because it's a time limit that like they have other content creators to get to, but like Yoshi would probably sit here and just talk if he could, you know, like it's great. Have you seen Mr. Happy? No, I've only seen the Asmund one and this one.
You should say that because the Japanese community.
translator's doing
kind of
God work?
mentions
Yeah,
that
dude.
Too. They're like, oh, these people are tempered by the Final Fantasy 14.
でもね、僕はいつも言ってる通り、皆さん
So it's
は
really nice to
フレ
see.
ンドであり、同志
6
であり
hours was a guideline. Yeah, I
ファ
think
ミリ
so.
ーだと思ってるので、
They had a lot to get
あん
to, so
ま
it
り
makes
そういう
sense.
ふうには捉えないでほしいなとは思うけどね。
But I always tell people, you guys are my friends, my
Yeah.
comrades, and my family. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to think of me as like a primal.
だから僕は確かにその
あー
ファイナルファンタジー14のプロデューサーとディレクターをやってて、まあ
Oh, that's so
14っていう世界を
wholesome.
広げてそのより楽しんでもらおう
Family.
とするのが、まあ、
あー
僕の役目だからそのちょっと立
Exactly
場
what
は
a
確かに
primal
違
would
うの
say.
かもしれないけどまあこうやって話すとなんとなく感じてもらえるかもしれないけど僕も単なるゲ
That's so
ーム
sweet.
が大好きなおじさんで昔からのそのゲー
What a G,
ム
man.
ファンだし
He's really relatable,
そ
dude.
の
Probably one of the
昔
most
からのオンライ
relatable
ン
devs
ゲ
out
ー
there.
ム大好きおじさんなだけなので
Or
もっと
director
もっと
even.
みんなと本当はフランクにゲームの話がしたいし
Yeah, Yoshi P's Dom in disguise,
14
bro.
の何こうちょっともう
Imagine.
もうちょっと車同士
I'm on the
動
verge of
けた
tears.
方
This is
がい
so
いよ
wholesome.
な
I
分
feel
かって
you,
ねえよ
dude.
な
This is
吉田みたい
great.
なことを言いたいし
And of course, being
Dude, Baka, I mentioned that. Like, what if 1.0 didn't happen and we wouldn't have gotten a Realm Reborn? Like, what if they never brought this game back to life? Like, in a way, the same way we had to give thanks to WoW's fucking calamity, for all like these WoW players coming over to Final Fantasy and expanding the community, we also need to give thanks to the fucking garbage, like the dumpster fire that was 1.0, so we could have the game that we have today. Like, sometimes good comes from bad, and it's a crazy concept to think, you know? Like, nobody wants bad shit to happen, but like sometimes some of the worst shit, like dude, our 1.0 was such a disaster. It was so unbelievably bad. But look what we got out of it, dude. Like, someone has to come around and clean up the fucking mess, dude. So with that being said, do you guys think WoW could make a comeback the same way Final Fantasy 14 did? You think they could do something similar? Dude, what if they blow up their game the exact same way the Calamity was in 14? Not with current WoW, you don't think so? Not from Blizzard? Blizzard would probably really have to change up their shit before something like this would happen, right? But if they were actually able to do it, dude, oh my god, I would love to see it happen. It'll take a lot, I think so. WoW 2? Yeah, WoW 2 Copium, yeah. What a fucking shame. There might be too much history to hit that reset button. Yeah, when you put it that way, yeah, there is so much history. There's so much history. Fuck, yeah. Yeah. Damn.
Being the producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV, my goal is to continue expanding upon the game and for people to come in and enjoy what we can offer. So the positioning might be kind of different as like any other player, but I mean, I'm hoping that you noticed as we're having this conversation that I'm just as much a gamer as you guys are. I'm just this middle-aged man who loves video games, who loves online games. That's all. I just love to talk about games, and I'm a big fan. And you know, honestly, I would have loved to have just a frank discussion on just video games in general.
Right
like,
on.
Why
right
can't
on.
Black Mage be more mobile, Yoshida? What's going on, or something like that? You know.
まあ、なので、まあ、今ね、ちょっとコロナパンデミックなので、こうやってビデオ越しのディスカッションというかコミュニケーションになってるけど、このパンデミック必ずね、皆さんの努力で終わると思ってるので、次の機会には、ね、ぜひお酒を飲みながらね、もっと長い時間皆さんとゲームの話ができると、僕はもうよりこう
Wharf. I think I'm gonna bookmark that because I am interested. So I don't really know how WoW devs speak to their players, but I have seen the video. I have seen the video where like the guy's on the stage and he says, no, you guys think you want this, but it's not actually what you want. We know what you want.
With the pandemic
the
happening,
fucking nerve, dude.
We had to resort to like a video conference in order for us to do these interviews. But once this pandemic is over, I know with
sorry to pause, but it's posture check time. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, woo!
With everybody's hard work, we're going to get over this. I'm very hopeful that this pandemic will end very soon. But once that happens, I would love to just have face-to-face meetings to just talk shop, like over some drinks or something, just talk about video games and just forget about the time and just talk on end. And I'm really hoping that that day comes very soon. So again, I'm not trying to temper anybody. Just I'm not a primal. Please, you are my friends.
All right. Well, final question.
Selleck, thank you for the follow.
As a gamer, as a friend.
Yeah, that's you guys. That's you guys.
As family.
That's you guys.
When are Lalafell going to be able to sit on the shoulder of other players?
This is what you guys were talking about. This is what you guys were talking about.
Like Nanamo on Raubon.
Oh my god. He's asking the real questions, bro. Oh my god.
なるほどね。
なるほどね。
それはさ、ララフェルオンララフェルにしたいの?
Just to double check though, when you say like Nanamo sitting on other players, like do you also envision like Lalafell sitting on the shoulder of a Lalafell?
Yes.
Yes.
含むだそうです。
じゃあもう一個僕から質問があるよ。
Okay, one more question then.
他のプレイヤーがナナモを肩に乗せてるのは我慢できるの？それを見るのは。
Are you satisfied or not satisfied? Can you take the fact that other players can seat Nanamo on their shoulders?
Another Lalafell can too? Anyone can?
もし例えばナナモ様がどのプレイヤーの肩の上に乗ってもっていうことですか?
Imagine if they actually implemented that and Lalafell, dude. Imagine if you have a new friend playing the game for the very first time, and okay. So like this is under this is hypothetically speaking, right? So like imagine if they were to actually add the function of having a Lalafell sit on your shoulder and just chill there while you move around. Imagine you have a new friend coming to the game, they play Lalafell, and and like they really need to get the Aether Currents, and they're like, fuck, I don't want to do that shit, dude. That shit sucks. Reminds me of Pathfinder or whatever, right? And then you're just like, bro, I got you. And then you walk them, instead of taking them on the mount, you walk them around. Yo, hop on, bro, hop on. And you take them around, dude. Oh my God. It'd be like follow. Yeah, it'd be like follow for Lalafells. Oh, that'd be so good, dude. Fuck the mount, dude. Let me get on your shoulder, man. Or like a piggyback or something, dude. Yeah, yours personal chocobo. Oh, dude, that'd be so good. Oh my God. I would love that. I would love that so much, dude. Oh, man. Dude, there'd be imagine Limsa. Imagine Limsa, dude. Like no Lalafells would be using their legs. No Lalafell would be touching the ground. And like any Lalafell who teleports to the Aetherite, like everyone just surrounds them and they're just like, yo, join my party, join my party, join my party. Ride my shoulder. Get this man off the ground. Oh my God. Remy, thank you for the follow.
What do we do?
Oh, wait, is Lala stacking? Oh, dude, you can stack them. You can make the Jenga tower, but Lalafell. Oh man.
And so, like, if you were able to,
I would pay for that. Me too. Oh
the
man.
Sultana on your shoulder, and if we allow the opportunity for all of our other players to carry the Sultana on their shoulder, would you get jealous?
No.
These are the real questions, dude. I'm so glad. Gee, you guys weren't lying, dude. You guys weren't lying at all.
そのララフェルが
Jesse's a real one, dude.
他のプレイヤーでもいいので
Bless.
ララフェルが肩に乗せられるようになるっていうところも含めていかがでしょう。ナ
What's
ナ
the
モ様
one
のように
question
他
you
の
would
ララ
ask
フェル
Yoshi
も
P given the
なるほど
chance?
ね。物理的にさ、ララフェルの肩ってほぼないじゃん。
That's a loaded question, dude. I don't
But I
know
mean, like,
how.
if you consider
I don't know how to answer that question, dude. I would have to really think that one through, because like, how many questions? Wait. Well, I mean, I was about to say, how many questions are you allowed? But you're allowed like an entire frame, right? Like a time frame or a time limit. Ah, fuck, dude. If it had to be like just like a random question, like totally unrelated to like balance or current events of the game or whatever, I don't know, dude. I would really have to think that one through. I would probably ask you guys to help me out with a question, like a really fun one that no one would ask, right? I wouldn't just come up with it myself. I would probably have to ask you guys to help me out with that one. It was a really fun. Butt Slider win. Yeah.
Lalafells carrying other Lalafells on
Step on me, please.
their shoulder. Like, have you seen their shoulders? Like, where is there room for a Lalafell to seat themselves on a Lalafell's shoulders?
In Charlian, there are Lalafell with backpacks. Can a Lalafell strap on another Lalafell like a backpack?
ララフェルの場合はバックパックという形で、おんぶひもみたいな感じで。
なるほどね。ララフェルストラップで吹いたわ。
That was hilarious.
Wait, yeah, cat girls or bunny girls? Oh my god, dude, what if he said bunny girls, dude? I would cry.
Lalafell strap.
なるほど。まあよく出るよね、その他のプレイヤーを乗せたいとか、ね。
You'd say bunny
そういう
boys?
話も出る
Fair,
もんね。
fair enough.
まあそろそろじゃあ
Oh,
本気で考えようかな。
This conversation, I'm happy with it, dude. This is good. The
I
personality.
mean, yeah, it's not unusual that people have asked, can you have like other players seated on your shoulder?
Dance, thank
and
you, man.
I have gotten that in the past. So, man, I guess the demand is there. Do we really need to look into it? Perhaps we do. As friend, as family.
まあ昔はできなかったさ、8人乗りのマウントも今
Oh,
で
this
きて
is
るぐ
so
らいだ
sweet
か
to
ら、
see, man.
アニメーションチームが頭抱えながら何か考えてくれることを
He's
祈ろ
really
う
getting
じゃん。
into it too.
I mean, previously we could have never imagined having an 8-person mount, and I mean, it's happened with the whale. So
Anything is possible, dude.
maybe the animation team will come up with something.
Hell yeah.
For
There you go.
friends. Yeah, for friends and family, I think it's...
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
That's what the tooltip says. For friends, for family. Whatever the ability.
Yeah, for RP reasons. Yeah.
でももしかしたらこの話を聞いたアニメーションチームは僕に対していや俺あなた別に友達でも家族でもないもん
Dude,
って言われ
Skyline,
る
I'm
かも
pretty,
しれ
I'm
ない
pretty sure, I'm pretty sure that will
I mean,
happen soon in
I told
Skyline,
you
I think
guys
so.
that we're friends and family, but when I relay that to my animation team guy, he might be like, well, I didn't I don't think of you as family or friend.
いや、嘘。でもね、
I'm
実は
kidding, I'm kidding.
Battle
でもね、
Bus 14 edition.
エモートを作ってるスタッフってものすごくプレイヤーのこと
Wait,
が大好き。
so like this is for all the WoW players in chat, okay? So like Death Knight, he just said like he was making a joke, right? Alliance size bus, but like for some reason when I saw Alliance, it kind of just the word Alliance, it reminded me of WoW a little bit, right? Like you know how there's like Alliance and Horde. How do you guys feel about factions like that? Like coming from WoW to Final Fantasy, how do you feel about factions versus grand companies? You know, because grand companies, like they all work together and everyone's chilling, right? Like we're all friends. You fucking hate it? The factions? Never liked it? It's almost unnecessary? Seems very outdated? Damn. Prefer grand companies? Don't miss factions at all? Fun at first, but fucks the game. Yeah, like I think the world PvP is a really cool aspect, but I feel like you can probably have world PvP without forcing it into just factions. But like factions also played into lore as well. Like, do you guys think the factions was worth it for the story? Right? Like, do you think those factions created a good story? No? It's trash? Can't talk to other faction, divides friends for no reason. Damn, that sucks. And WoW, no. Made it worse. Factions are so bad. Damn. Yeah, dude. And I think Final Fantasy, like I think they made damn sure not to make that mistake. It's just, it's supposed to be a game for friends, dude. For friends. Like PvP will always be there. And Final Fantasy definitely needs to work on the PvP, but they have plans for next expansion. Like for crying out loud, they're getting rid of Feast and they're reworking it into something completely new. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. But like, I really like Final Fantasy's take on it, and it's just grand companies, like just banding together despite their differences, because they all have like different practices or morals or whatever. Like one lives in the fucking desert, one lives in the forest. You know, the Twin Adder are probably like a lot more about peace than the other ones, right? Like the Maelstrom has pirates and shit, you know, like, or like they don't have pirates like in the Maelstrom, but like in like the city state of Limsa, like they're a lot of pirates inhabit the state, so like they have different conflicts and shit. So like they go through different shit, but despite all that, they're still like one, right? And they all band together against the Garleans and everything. So like it's really cool to see, you know, versus the concept of factions. And it's just, it forces the players to have to deal with that as well, and it separates the players. And like you're forced, and it's just I heard a lot about Horde versus Alliance, and I think Horde typically like stomped at Alliance, right? I forget what it was about. Yeah, a community divided. It sounds like shit. Terrible concept. But I heard that like Horde typically stomped the fucking like bullied the fuck out of Alliance, right? But I forgot what the context was, but I heard that Alliance somehow clapped back. Clapped back and hard. I don't remember how. Oh, I think it's because they got buffs. They got some weird buffs or something. Like some really weird buffs, like really broken buffs. Am I wrong? I forget what it was, but like the story behind that sounded kind of funny. Racial buffs? Is that what it was? And it sounded crazy. Like just how Alliance was able to clap back. It was a human racial? Yeah, that sounds funny. So like, in a way, like I think that's cool, but not cool enough for me to tolerate something like factions. The division is too much, you know. I can't really expect anyone to actually enjoy that and put up with it, you know. So like, kudos to y'all who dealt with that for so long. But hey, it's a thing of the past. It's not a concept in this game. We're all bros.
好きで、プレイヤーがいつもどんなそのエモートの使い
They
方
should have
してる
removed
かな
racials
と
four
か、
expansions
ど
ago.
ういう
Yeah,
のが
we
欲しいって
have
いうかな
racial
もう
attributes in
すごく
this
チェッ
game,
クして
right?
るんですよ。
It's like main stat, right? Like some races have like 1 point in strength or 1 point in dex or mind or whatever, but it is so insignificant. Like it does not matter. And I think they may have removed it as well. I forget, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter how it
I'm
should be.
kidding
Yeah.
though. With the animation team, especially those who handle creation of different emotes of the characters, they really love the players, and they're always checking out the community to see like what kind of emotes have people been playing around with, or if there are any
Yeah.
sort of requests for new emotes to come out. So the person in charge of creating emotes, I'm sure if they hear about this challenge of how do we seat a Lalafell on a player's shoulder. I'm sure they will get excited at the prospect and the challenge that they'll have to face.
That's Jesse's mission now.
Yeah, that's my life goal now, is to make this happen.
絶対実現してほしいです。
わかりました。
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we should or like if we were to see this within the next expansion or two, dude. Ooh, I think they have a lot in store, dude. Hopefully inventory expansion would be nice. Glamour dresser expansion would be nice as well.
Fantastic.
Thank
I
you
don't
guys.
want to take any more time. Yeah.
That's an excellent end to an excellent session. So appreciate you guys staying late. I know it's not really
Of course.
for anybody.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you guys for also staying late. I know this was the final one, so I'm sure you guys are ready to be done and move forward. So thank you so much.
Thank you both.
Can't I just manage my
まあ、史上最大の物語が皆さん
Yes, it's very
こう
possible, but
待
I
ってるの
listen,
で
bro. I'm
ぜ
lazy.
ひ急がずにゆっくりすべてのダイアログを見る
But
つもり
this is
で
also for
ぜ
the
ひ
players
あ
who
の演
who
奏会
like the
楽しんで
players like
もらえる
myself who
と
do
にか
not
くメイ
pay
ンストーリー
extra
すご
for
いことに
more
なってるのでよろしくお願いします。
for more retainers and shit. Like
And
it would be nice.
we
to
do
have more space.
anticipate this to be like the biggest sort of story in history of Final Fantasy XIV. So I would encourage you to play through it. Don't rush through it. I hope you pay attention to the dialogue that is being said, to the point of like trying to pay attention to all that's going on, because the main scenario is going to have a lot going on. So
ありがとうございました。Thank you.
thank you again
Thank
for your
you.
time.
What a
See you
good
next
watch.
time.
What a good watch. We're gonna watch the Yasmin one next, okay? Calling out on skippers, bro. I feel like such a dickhead for skipping like previously, man. Like, but the thing is, hey, listen, people can change, okay? Like, oh, dude, it's just with the amount of hype that this expansion developed for story, as well as like everything leading up to the next one, like, dude, I think you'd be crazy to skip. Like, you would be absolutely crazy to skip. I skipped. Well, yeah, the thing is, like I'm trying to be very transparent with y'all. Like I said, I did have a phase where I skipped a lot. I was so focused on getting to endgame, I skipped a lot. I was one of those players. I'm not even gonna lie. I was one of those players. But I'm really interested in the story moving forward, right? And it's just, it was different, right? Like, I've been playing this game for a long time, and I always thought the story was great. I guess it's just I think I thought the rating and the combat, or like the duties, were more enjoyable for me personally, right? I think everyone is entitled to their own play style. Like, I think everyone should play however they want to, right? If they want to skip the scenario, I understand that it's not recommended, but if that's what they choose to do, you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But like, I am no longer interested in skipping. I have had my, like, I've experienced skipping, rushing into the end, and honestly, for me, it's kind of gotten to the point where it kills the fun for me, right? Because I want to rush to the end. I want to have my gear very early so I can just be ahead and ready for raid. But dude, we have quite a bit of time. We have quite a bit of time before the raids even drop, you know? Like, it's really no rush. So I've come to the realization that it's not worth it. You know, like, it's not worth it. And moving forward, I really just want to enjoy the story, because it's just, dude, these cinematics, like, they really show what you're missing, dude. And everyone, and like 95, probably 97% of the community really enjoys the story, and I've heard about it all the time. And dude, I think what was really eye-opening was, if you guys didn't know, a while back, several months ago, I was on a game show. It was called Who Wants to Be a Gillionaire? And they asked a lot of like very interesting questions about bosses, overworld shit, or like very specific things. But then I had one lifeline, right? And one question, it was one of the last ones. It was a lore one. It was a very lore specific one. And I had no idea, bro. I had no idea what the answer was. I had to call my bro from my raid to help me out, and he helped. He said the answer, and like, I won 1 million gil. It was great. But like, dude, that's when it hit me. I'm like, dude, oh my god, I really don't know enough. It was a very specific one, and honestly, some of you guys may not even know it. Like, it has a bit to do with Bozja and the main story, right? So like, it was a very specific question, and dude, I was sweating. I was like, oh my god. I don't know the answer, so I had to use my one lifeline, and I won because of him. But like that was when I was like, dude, that's it, dude. No more fucking skipping. I hate being that one douchebag who doesn't know what the fuck's going on, dude. Like I know like bits. I probably know about 40%, right? And like it's just I know about like 30 to 40% of each expansion, right? And it's bullshit. It's not enough. It's not enough. You can't get by with it. You really can't.